Hi everyone, welcome to this session. Today we'll be focusing on balance and coordination, and we'll begin lying on our backs. So find a comfortable position where you have your buttocks in the middle of the mat and you are comfortable with the spine flat on the floor. Turn the palms face down so that they can press into the floor to help us as we go through some leg lifts. So ground the left heel down into the floor and point the right toes of the right foot. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg up, bringing the heel over the hip, and then flex the foot and lower the heel down to the floor, hovering it just above the floor. Point the toe and then lift the leg back up, bringing the heel over the hip, flex, and then lower the heel down. Point as you inhale and lift, flex to exhale and lower. Keep hovering it just above the floor. Flow with your breath, inhaling up, flex, exhaling down. We'll do 6 more like this on the right side. Try to make it a nice, fluid, dynamic movement. So we wake up the core. Last one. And then lower the heel down to the floor. Ground the right heel into the floor as we prepare to move to the left side. Point the toes of the left foot. On your next inhalation, lift the heel up, straight leg. At the top as the heel floats over the hip, flex the foot and lower it back down, hovering it just off the floor. Point the toe, inhale to rise. Flex at the top and exhale to lower. Inhale, point to rise. Flex, exhale to lower. Keep flowing with the breath, dynamic movement. Got 6 more for a total of 10 each side. Pointing the toes and flexing the foot is really important here because it helps to activate the muscles in the leg. And also keep pushing the lower back into the floor as you do this. Final lift. And then lower both feet down on the mat. We now incorporate the arms in this to make our brains wake up. We start off with lifting the right leg and the left arm, bringing the fingertips over the shoulder. Take a deep breath in and out before we begin. Take an inhalation, push the left heel into the floor, lift the right leg and point the toe, lift the right arm straight, bringing the fingertips over the shoulder. Flex the foot and then exhale to lower the foot and lower the arm back down. Ground the right heel into the floor, point the left toes, lift the foot up, lift the right arm, bringing fingers over shoulder, flex the foot and then exhale to lower. Kind of like we're marching on our backs, moving from right again, right leg, left arm, and then back to the left leg and right arm. Keep flexing the foot as you lower the arm, just stay straight. Keep going, flowing with the breath. Inhale to rise, exhale to lower. 3 more each side. Last one. Takes a bit of coordination to flex the foot while keeping the arm and hand still. And then relax. Coming into beetle posture, we bring the legs up, both legs, bringing the heels over the hips. You can bend the knees if you need to bring the heels over hips. Gentle bend in the knee. And then reach the arms up as well so that the hands are over the shoulders. Make fists by closing the fingertips around the thumbs. The feet are about hip distance apart. And we start to make circles by rotating the ankle and wrist joints slowly around in one direction to begin with. Take care to make the movement just from the wrist and the ankle rather than from the forearm and the knee or the hip. So it's as if you're a beetle lying on your back, struggling to get up, and your feet and your hands are just wriggling, releasing those joints. Add a layer of breath now. As you inhale, you circle the joint up. As you exhale, around. Inhale up and exhale around. Keep the breath flowing, and next time you bring the feet and fingers up, change direction. Inhaling as you move up and exhaling around. And then relax. Bring the hands behind the knees, lower the feet down towards the floor. Bring the hands onto the floor. Slide the legs so that they're long once again for double leg lifts. Now for double leg lifts, if you need to protect your lower back, you can bring a gentle bend into the knees. You find your way here. Take a breath in and out of the navel. Placing the hands, pushing them firmly into the floor, pointing both toes. Press the lower back into the floor as you lift the toes up, bringing them over the hips. And then flex both feet and lowering them down. It may help you to push the feet together, hover them above the floor. Inhale to rise the feet up over hip. Flex and exhale to lower. Remember, if you need to, bring a gentle bend into the knee to protect the lower back, but keep pointing and flexing the toes to engage all of the muscles in the leg. Use the breath. Inhale, point and rise the feet up. Flex and exhale to lower and hover. We've got 5 more of these. Keep going. Feel the fire burning in the belly. Two more. Final one. And rest the feet on the floor. Turn the palms up and allow the toes to roll out to the sides. Relax. Well done. Now we've created some heat in the body. We'll start to move the spine and the digestive system further. On your next inhalation, bend the right knee in towards the chest and hold around the shin or the knee, interlacing the fingers. Lift the head up towards the knee, squeezing the forehead towards it and chin to chest. Feel a contraction of the abdomen. Spine is rounded. And then lower the head, bringing the spine back down to the floor. And allow the knee to just gently move away from the leg, but still holding with the hands. Take an inhalation and lift the head off the floor, squeezing the forehead towards the knee. Hold the breath here as you tuck the chin to the chest and contract the abdomen, pushing the thigh against the abdomen. Holding the breath in. And then as we exhale, lower the head back to the floor, loosening the grip around the knee. 3 more like this. Inhale to lift the head and squeeze. Forehead to knee, hold the breath in. And then exhale to lower the head back down. 2 more at your own pace. Inhaling to lift and squeeze, hold. Exhaling to lower and relax. Last one, keep that other leg grounded into the floor as you lift the head. Relax the right leg down the mat. And then bend the left knee in towards the chest. Keep the right leg, the hip and the heel grounded firmly into the floor. Take a breath in and out before we begin. As you inhale, lift the head off the floor, squeeze knee to forehead, chin to chest. Contract as you hold the breath. And then exhale to lower the head back down to the floor. 4 more. Inhale to lift and squeeze, creating a nice massaging effect on the abdominal organs, firing up that digestive system. Exhale to lower. 3 more at your own pace. Inhale to rise, pause. Exhale to lower. Lowering the head to the floor, bring both knees in towards the chest, pressing the lower back into the floor, and gently rock from side to side to create a nice massaging effect on the lower back. And then pause here. Bring each hand onto the corresponding knee, and then circles with the knees, bringing the knees away from the body through the midline and around, separating the knees wide apart. Then drawing them back towards the head, circle the knees together, then push them down and away from the body, circling them out, opening through the pelvis, and then closing them back in and lowering away. Now we add a layer of breath. Inhale as the knees move up towards you. And as they close, exhale down and away. Inhale up. Exhale down. Enjoy the opening, the hip joints, rotation, allowing more synovial fluid to rush around the joint, creating good joint health. Next time the knees come together, change direction smoothly. Try to bring the breath, inhaling to draw the knees towards you and exhaling around. A few more here. And then bring the knees together. We now come into a half happy baby. We'll just move forward because we'll need some space out to the sides of us. Extend the left leg down onto the floor, keeping that buttock, hip, and heel grounded. Bend the right knee towards the chest and try to take hold either of the outside of the right foot with the right hand. Option here to bring the index and middle finger in between the big toe and second toe. Bring the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. You can rest the left hand on the left hip or on the floor. The elbow is bent, and so is the knee. The knee is around the space of the elbow. Should feel a nice stretch through the groin. Hold it here and gently try to squeeze that foot towards you, and by pulling the hand towards you while pushing the foot away. On your next inhalation, try to straighten the leg as you extend the heel out towards the side. Feel a nice stretch through the hamstring, the back of the leg. You can gently bend the knee and then re-straighten if you need to, just softly working into the back of the leg. Bending the knee and then straightening the leg. It's a little dynamic stretch for the back of the leg. Take a few more mindful movements like this. Remember, we don't want to overdo it just yet. We're still warming up the body. Last one. And then bring the knee back into the chest, wrap the hands around the knee and give it a gentle squeeze towards the chest, and then lower it down onto the floor. Moving to the left, bend the left knee in towards the chest. Take hold of the left foot, either around the outside of the foot with the left hand, or use index and middle finger in between the toes. The knee rests in the elbow space, the crest of the elbow, pressing the right hand either into the right hip or to the floor. Gently pull the foot towards the body as you push the foot. Pull it towards the body with the fingers and allow the sole of the foot and heel of the foot to push up towards the ceiling. Feeling a nice stretch through the left side now. Keep pushing that right hip to the floor. Keep breathing deep into the abdomen. And then we're going to extend the leg, bringing it straight. Gently bend the knee. Straighten the leg, extend to bend the knee, all the while keeping the right buttocks and hips on the floor. Keep bending and straightening, working into the back of the left leg now. Each time you might find a little bit more space, a little bit more of a lengthening in the back body. 3 more. And then bring the knee into the chest, give it a gentle squeeze, and then lower it down onto the floor. Bend the knees into the chest, and we're going to rock and roll the length of the spine up and down the mat. Use momentum to roll from the back of the head, through the neck, down the spine to the buttocks, and then bringing the feet onto the floor so you're briefly sitting upright. Keep going, creating a nice movement. It's like a massage for the spine, for the back, and also creating some energy. 3 more. And on our third and final one, we're going to come into a squatting position. So really use the momentum to come up, bringing the feet about hip distance apart. Now here you can have the heels lifted off the floor. We want to try and create some length in the chest. So you're on your tippy toes. Lengthen your spine by lifting through the center of the chest. On your next exhalation, we're going to bow forward. Bring the heels towards the floor, straighten the legs, and bring the crown of the head towards the floor as you fold from the hips. Wind releasing posture. On your next inhalation, bend the knees, lower the buttocks to the floor, and lift the heels. The hands can remain on the floor to help you balance. And then exhale, bow the crown of the head down to the floor as you straighten the legs, folding from the hips. Inhale to bend the knees, lift the heels, tailbone goes down towards the floor. Exhale, straighten the legs, bring the hips high, lower the head. Inhale to bend and lift the heels, lift the head and reach the spine up through the crown. Exhale, fold. Keep going, 3 more like this. Flow with your breath. Inhale to squat. Exhale to fold. One more. And then stay here with the head hanging. Bring the hands either side of the foot, each foot. And then we're going to step back to asana. Bring the feet away from the hands, so they're down the mat about hip distance apart. Our fingertips are spread wide apart with our pinkies touching the edges of the mat. Press down through the base, the thumb and index finger to shift the weight back towards, away from the front of the mat. The knees can be slightly bent to allow the back body to soften. Slide your shoulder blades down away from the ears. The neck is long, gazing at the point just in front, just between the hands. And then we'll rise up onto the tippy toes. Inhale, lift the hips high. As you exhale, Mukha Bhastrika out of the mouth and lower the heels towards the floor. Shift your weight back. Inhale, rise up onto the toes. Exhale, push the breath out as you lower the heels down. Inhale to rise onto the toes. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Squeeze all the stale air out of the abdomen. Your next inhalation, look forward above the hands and then bend the knees and either walk the feet forward or jump, hopping the feet between the hands. Bow the head forward. Relax through the knees, relax through the shoulders and the crown of the head. Allow the arms to dangle. As you press down through the feet, we start to rise up, stacking each vertebra on top of the other, one at a time. Coming up to standing very slowly. The head is the last thing to rise. Once you're up to standing, we go back down again, tucking the chin towards the chest. Allow the arms to hang, relax. Starting to round, bringing the crown down towards the floor, letting it guide you. Soften through the knees as the arms move to the floor and drape. Folding at the hips. And then rising back up as you press through the feet. Inhale. Stack one vertebra at a time on top of the other. Head's the last thing to rise. Bring the spine completely straight. And then exhale, lowering, tucking the chin towards the chest. Arms hang. So this is a good practice for lengthening your inhalations and exhalations. Pausing at the bottom, completely relaxed. Begin your exhalation to rise up as you press down through your foundations, the feet. The breath can't quite last the whole rise. That's okay. Just allow the breath to be easy. We don't want to force or stop the breath. And this will be our last one. Inhaling to rise. And the spine is straight. Relax. Breathe out the mouth. We'll continue to work on the breath. So bring the feet about hip distance apart if they're not already. And we'll bring each one wrist in front of the other. Lengthen the tailbone down towards the floor and gaze at a point in front of you. Take a breath in and out. On your next inhalation, rise the arms out to the side, spread through the fingertips and reach the hands up, crossing the opposite wrist in front. And then at the peak, you pause and then exhale, reaching the arms out to the sides, fingertips spread, lowering them down in front of the pelvis, crossing the opposite wrist in front. Inhale to rise and expand your aura up. Reach the peak, cross the wrists, pause. Exhale, lower. Allow the breath to flow smoothly. 3 more like this, alternating the crossing of the wrists, extending the breath. Mindful, dynamic movement with breath. Last one. Well done. Relax the wrists and relax the shoulders. We'll now use the similar arm movement to rise up onto the toes in Tadasana. This is a great one for stretching through the front of the ankle, but also practicing our balance. For this, you can fix your gaze at one point on the floor, known as a drishti point. And this drishti point will allow you to balance on the toes with more ease. Cross the hands in front of the pelvis again. Take a breath in and out. On your next inhalation, reach the arms and hands out to the sides as you raise the heels off the floor. Stretch through the front of the ankle. Wrists cross overhead. Full extension of the heel off the floor. And then slowly exhale, lowering the arms and hands down. And the heels lower, meeting the floor at the same time as the wrists cross. Inhale to rise onto the toes, reach the arms up, tippy toes. Exhale to lower, slowly, hands reach the floor at the same time as the heels. Keep your drishti point, one point to gaze at. Adding the layer of breath, inhaling as you rise onto the toes. Exhaling as you lower. Two more. Well done. And then relax. You might like to shake the feet to relax through the ankle. All right, it's great balancing. We'll come into a nice side bend now. So again, feet are hip distance apart. Hands are just relaxed at the sides. Take a breath in and out to steady yourself. Take an inhalation and reach both arms up overhead. If you can, bring the palms together. If this does not create enough space for your shoulders to relax, then the hands can be shoulder width apart. On your next exhalation, gently bend to the right, reaching through the fingertips. Feel a lift through the left side of the body. Inhale back up to the center. And then exhale to the left. And then bringing it back to center. Try to keep your chin and chest lifted as you move into the bend. Keeping a lightness through the side body. Option now to slide one hand down the leg and reach towards the toes a little further into the bend. Trying to keep with that breath, exhaling as you bend. Inhaling back to center. Two more each side. Getting that nice length through the side body. Inhaling, lifting back up. And exhale, lower both arms down. All right, so keeping up with the coordination theme, or extend the arms in front of you. Extend one hand's thumb and the opposite hand's pinky finger. Now we try to change. Close down the thumb, extend the pinky, and as you do so, close the pinky on the other hand and extend the thumb. So it's opposite. Close the thumb to pinky, and pinky moves to thumb. Try to change between the two. Focusing your awareness on this will help to improve your balance and coordination. And as you become more proficient, you can speed it up. Try not to go too fast. A great one to do to wake you up at any point during the day. And then relax. Okay, so for Surya Namaskar, we'll do between 3 and 5 rounds. We'll start at the top of our mat with the feet hip distance apart. The tailbone is extending down towards the floor to create a long spine, lifting through the chest. We bring the hands together in front of the heart with the The bases of the hands, the knuckles resting in the center of the chest. You can close the eyes here and breathe smoothly. We try to breathe in and out of the nose with the mouth closed. If you know the Ujjayi breath, you can engage this now. Ujjayi breath is a constriction of the glottis in the back of the throat, and it might sound like the ocean just purring softly, audible only to you. And this helps to direct the prana up and down the spine. If you need to open the mouth to breathe, of course you can, but our goal is to try and keep the mouth closed and breathe in and out of the nose. This helps to regulate our breath. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. You can gently open the eyes. This is our base position. On your next inhalation, reach the arms up overhead, press the hips forward with a gentle back bend, squeeze the buttocks. Lift through the center of the chest up. And then reach forward, bringing the spine straight, folding from the hips. Reach the fingertips out, flat back, and then lower them down towards the floor as the crown moves down as well. You can bring a gentle bend into the knees if you need to. The neck is relaxed, the hands placed either side of the foot. On your next inhalation, step the right foot back, lower the knee to the floor. Cupcake the fingertips on the floor and lift through the center of the chest as you gaze upward. Plant the hands either side of the foot and come back to Sumiravasana, our mountain posture with the feet hip distance apart. Pressing down through the bases of the fingers to shift our weight back. Feel the peak of the mountain, the hips rising high and shifting back. Gentle bend in the knee to allow space in the back body if necessary. Long through the neck, the gaze just behind the wrists. Lower the knees down to the floor now, chin and chest as well. Keep the buttocks, hips lifted. Elbows are bent. Then slide the hips down, untap the toes, press through the hands. Baby cobra with the elbows bent. Lower the chest down, tuck the toes. Come to the knees and then press back to Sumiravasana, our mountain once again. We bring the left foot forward. If you need to use the hand to bring the back of the foot forward, go ahead, lower the knee, cupcake the fingertips. Lift the gaze. Step the back foot forward, fold, bringing the forehead towards the shins. Press down through the feet, draw the navel to the spine and reach the fingertips forward, flat back as you're painting a rainbow up and back, back bend. Squeeze the buttocks, lift through the heart. Bring the hands back in front of the heart center. That's half around. Now we move to the left. Inhale, rise the arms up, press forward as you squeeze the buttocks. Reach forward, folding from the hips, flat back, and then lowering the crown to the floor. Gentle bend in the knee if necessary. Step the left foot back, bring the knee to the floor. Cupcake the hands, lift through the heart to gaze up. Flatten the palms to the floor. Step back, coming to Sumiravasana. Rise your peak high. Shift your weight back. Lower the knees, chin and chest. Pause here. Draw the navel to the spine. Slide the hips down, untap the toes, baby cobra. Press through the feet and the pubic bone as you lift the chest and crown. Lower the chest, tap the toes, press through the hands, back. Sumiravasana. Right foot comes forward. Use the hand on the back of the heel if you need to. Lower the knee. Cupcake the fingertips to create length as you look up. Step forward and fold. Feet are hip distance apart. Press down through the feet, reach forward through the fingertips, draw the navel to the spine. Rise, push the hips forward. Coming back to Namaste Mudra. That's one full round. Back to the right. Inhale to rise. Back bend. Fold from the hips. Lower the hands, crown to shin. Right foot back, lower the knee. Cupcake and lift the gaze. Hands to the floor. Step back, Sumerasana. Knees, chin, chest, pause here. Slide the hips down. Press the toes to the floor and pubic bone to inhale up. Flow the chest down, tuck the toes. Press up and back to Sumerasana. Left foot forward and between the hands, lower the knee. Lift the gaze. Step the back foot forward, fold. Reach through the fingertips forward and up, drawing a rainbow. Push the hips forward, back bend. Hands to heart. Left side, rise the arms up. Bring them forward and down. Step the left foot back, lower the knee. Plant the hands, Sumerasana. Knees, chin, chest, pause. Slide the hips down. Press into the toes as you rise. Lower the head. Press up and back. Sumerasana. Right foot forward and between the hands, lower the knee. Float the fingertips. Arch, spine. Step forward and fold. Press down through the feet. Reach forward and all the way up. Bring the hands to the heart. Now we add the layer of breath. Take an inhalation and exhalation before we begin. On your next inhalation, reach the arms up, overhead, back bend. Exhale to fold. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale, Sumerasana. Hold your breath out, knees, chin, chest, pause. And then inhale to rise up to Cobra. Exhale to lower, Sumerasana. Inhale, left foot forward. Arch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching forward and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhaling up. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, left foot back. Exhale, Sumerasana. Hold your breath out, knees, chin and chest, pause. Inhale to Cobra, lifting up, chest, sky. Exhale, Sumerasana. Right foot, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching forward and up. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll keep flowing. I'll call the breath only. Take a breath in and out. Inhale, up. Exhale. Right, inhale. Exhale. Hold your breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot. Inhale. Exhale. Hold your breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Right foot, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hands in front of the heart, close the eyes. Feel the beating of the heart in the chest. Enjoying that wonderful sound of being alive. Take a few more breaths here. Relax the hands down by the sides now and open the eyes. We're coming into final balance. You can bring the hands onto the hips and we'll step the left foot back nice and wide, coming into a lunge. So we've got the feet are about, or train tracked apart so that there's a bit of space in between them so you can balance. And if you bend your knee, the knee should be directly over the heel and the back heel should be off the floor and charging back the energy out as you straighten the leg. So this is our lunge with the hands on the hips. You can readjust now so that you can feel a nice stretch through the left hip here. The weight is moving down through that front heel and out through the back heel. On your next inhalation, reach the arms out to the sides and up overhead into crescent moon. Palms can be together, or if you need space for the shoulders to relax, they can be shoulder width apart. On your next exhalation, reach the torso forward, coming to a 45-degree angle. Keep that front knee bent, reaching through the fingertips. So we're going to float forward, bringing the weight into the front foot. The back heel is going to be in line with the hip. Warrior three. So reach forward through the fingertips, or if you need to bring the hands onto the hips to balance, go ahead. The back toes are in line with the hip. And length through the spine, flat back. Take one more breath here. And as you exhale, lower the back foot down to the floor, keeping the toes on the floor, the heel lifted. Reach the arms up overhead again. And then exhale, bring them into the heart center. Bring the hands down to the hips and then step forward, pressing through that back foot to reach the feet together at the front. Now you move to the opposite side. Bring the weight into the left foot. Take a big step back with the right foot. You can shimmy it away from you so that your front knee is directly over the heel. The weight moving down into the heel. And the back leg is straight. Feeling a nice stretch through the right hip. And then the energy charging out of that back heel also to keep the leg straight. Your next inhalation, reach the arms to the sides and up. As you exhale, sink the hips down to the floor, feeling a nice bend through the front knee. Move forward again. Reach through the fingertips, bringing the torso to a 45. When you're ready, shifting the weight forward into the front foot. Tap the back toe off on the floor first if you need to before you raise it up. Keep the arms extended if you can, reaching from toes to fingertips. Or bring the hands onto the hips if you need to. Take one more breath here. Your next exhalation, touching the back toe down to the floor. Whoops. Rising the arms up and then down. Make sure that you're steady here. Reach them out to the sides and up, bringing the palms together. Draw the energy back to the heart. And then hands to hips and step forward. Woo. If you'd like to, you can step off the mat. It's easier if you've got a hard surface to balance on. We'll try that one more time each side. So bring the hands to the hips. And we'll step the left foot back. Bend that front knee. Make sure you have enough space between the front and back foot. Straight through the back leg. Press through the heel. On your next inhalation, reach the arms to the sides and up overhead. As you exhale, pull the chest forward to 45. Inhale to lift off, reach the back toes off the floor. Bringing them in line with the hip, reach from toe to fingertip. Draw the navel to the spine. Feel length. One more breath. Your next exhalation, lower the toe back down to the floor, reach the arms high. This time lower the hands straight to the hips, step forward. Well done, other side. Weight into the left heel, step back with the right, nice long stance. Heel off the floor, knee, front knee over heel. Weight into the front heel and also driving out through the back. Reach the arms out to the sides and up. Chest comes forward, reach through the fingertips. Shift your weight to the front foot. Lift the back toes off, float. Reach forward through the hands and back out through the toe. Remember, hands can be on hips. Feel length. One more breath. Touch the back toes down onto the floor, reach the arms up. Lower them down to the hips and then step forward. Well done. We'll come to lying down on the back now. Lie down this way. So lying on the back in Shavasana, our corpse posture to relax. Rest for a moment here. We'll have two final postures for balance and also to bring a nice twist into the spine to detoxify the body after all of our hard work. Firstly, we'll move into a half shoulder stand or full, up to you. For this one, it's really important that you don't move your neck from side to side. Don't move your head once you're in this shoulder stand because you want to keep the neck safe. Bend the knees and bring the feet onto the floor. Push the hands, palms face down into the floor, and then lift the feet so that they come over the head. Bring the hands onto the lower back with the fingertips facing towards the buttocks. Shift the elbows so that they're squeezing in tight towards the body. The thumbs can be hooked around the outsides of the hips as a nice shelf, and then start to straighten the legs. As you straighten the legs, the big toes should be in line with the forehead. The hands, the hips stacked on the hands is like a shelf. You can point the toes. Remember, we don't move the head or neck here. You can stay here, or if you'd like to come into full shoulder stand, Sarvangasana, You can start to walk the hands up the back towards the shoulder blades, pushing the hips towards the head and reaching the heels and toes up so that they are in line with the hips now. Wherever you are, keep the head straight, no moving through the neck. The chin is moving towards the chest is moving towards the chin. Breathe fully in and out of the base of the abdomen, allowing all the blood to drain out of the bases of the body. And close your eyes and focus your awareness on the pit of the throat, feeling the constriction of the throat, that beautiful breath, the smooth and calming sound of the breath. Keep lengthening up through the toes, pointing, lengthening. 3 more breaths. On your next exhalation, bend the knees towards the forehead and bring the feet over the head. Keep the head straight, no moving through the neck. Bring the hands down to the floor beside you and start to very slowly lower the spine, 1 vertebra at a time, back down to the floor. Draw the navel towards the spine to engage the abdominal. Bring a gentle bend in the knee if you need to lower, as you lower the legs down towards the floor. Then relax here for a moment, allow the spine to realign, readjust. To finish, we will come into a twist. Bend the knees in towards the chest. And then allow the knees to move over towards the right side. They might stack on top of each other and slide those hips back towards the midline of the mat. Reach the fingertips behind the head to create a nice opening through the chest. Focus your awareness at the eyebrow center. Eyebrow center for 7 breaths. Smooth and deep. Make this your final breath at the eyebrow center. And on your next inhalation, bring the soles of the feet onto the floor, bringing the knees back towards the ceiling and readjust the hips. And then we slide the knees over the body towards the left side, just drawing that bottom hip back towards the center and the midline of the mat so that the spine is straight. Eyes can be closed. If you'd like, you can turn the head in the opposite direction to the knees. And awareness at the eyebrow center for 7 more breaths. This your final breath at the eyebrow center. And as you inhale, bring the soles of the feet back onto the floor, knees up. And then relax the legs down the length of the mat. Relax the arms and hands, face upward. Make space between the shoulders and the ears. Lift the buttocks off the floor to allow the length through the spine, natural curve through the lower back. The feet roll out to the sides in Shavasana. We relax here. With the awareness at the eyebrow center once again. Eyebrow center for 7 breaths. Final breath here. Then we'll roll onto our left side and come up to sitting slowly. And we'll finish our class with a single arm all together. Take an inhalation and reach the arms to the sides and up over the head. Exhaling, bringing the hands together in front of the heart. Keep the hands here or lower them to the knees. We inhale all together. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you for your practice. I hope you feel balanced and your coordination is a lot better than it was before.